discretion is advised.
Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you're as interested in air guns as I am. My name is Dana Webb, and I've been using air guns for over 30 years out in the field. And I've done a lot of hunting. I've shot just about every brand imaginable, and I've gotten my hands on a lot of different products. Air guns have really become a lot more affordable, and more specifically PCP air guns. And that's a good thing. It brings a lot of new shooters into the sport. I like PCPs in general because you can get them in a lot of different calibers. You can use them to hunt small game all the way up to large game animals. And along with that, the compressors and the ways that we're able to fill these guns have really changed as well. We're no longer, having to use a hand pump like a lot of us started out with. Now there's a lot of different brands of compressors on the market. There's a lot of different styles. And hopefully this video will give you guys some ideas and some examples as to what might work for you. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're out here in the air gun bunker, and today I figured I'd touch base with you guys and we'll talk a little about compressors. I'll share my own experience, and hopefully that'll give you guys some ideas on what might work for you if you're in the market for a compressor, or if you're just curious getting into PCPs, really what it's going to take to get started and be able to fill them. Through the years of running this channel, I've obviously gotten my hands on a lot of different gear. Now, various manufacturers and distributors send me products to be able to review, to be able to field use, and to be able to give them feedback. In that time, I've really kind of learned what's worked for me. A couple years ago, I picked up this GX Pump L3 as an example. Prior to that, I'd gotten exposed to using a lot of the compressors that you're going to see, like the Nomad, which worked well, but the issue I had was you're really confined to having to use it with your vehicle, hooking it up to the battery, plugging it into the cigarette lighter, that sort of thing, and that's not what I really wanted. I liked this because it runs off two 18-volt lithium-ion batteries. They're very similar to what you'd use in power tools, because a lot of times I'm out there, I'm filming for various reviews, I go on a lot of hunting trips, and so I needed something small and compact that would fit into my vehicle and I'd be able to use to fill my guns directly. Now, a lot of these guns that I shoot now, they fill 3,500, 4,000 PSI, and prior to that I was having to bring a bunch of air tanks with me, which take up a lot of space, and they're not always friendly as far as having to travel with them. A tank is only going to last me so long, and so having something like this has really been beneficial, and it has worked really well for me. It's really kind of exceeded my expectations, and I think at the time, this was just about 500 bucks. And I know Air Guns of Arizona has a smaller unit. It's the pocket compressor, and I think it runs off one lithium battery, and it's about almost half the size of this. Down the road, that might be something that I look at. If you don't do a lot of shooting, maybe once a week, maybe a couple times a month, a small compressor is probably going to work fine for you. If you're shooting a lot of large caliber guns, which have high fills, you may want to look towards getting a larger compressor. And one thing to look at is duty cycle. A lot of these smaller compressors, I think, are misrepresented. A lot of these companies are claiming that you can fill large bottles with them. I think for the most part that's bullshit. That's not the case with these smaller compressors, and the reason that I say that is they run at such high RPM. They don't have a very good cooling system. They essentially just beat themselves to death. This, for example, has a very low duty cycle, and I don't run this for more than 8 to 10 minutes at a time, and I use it just to top off my gun directly. I'm not filling large bottles with it, and I think that's one of the reasons that it's lasted me this long is I don't misuse it. I don't try to overfill things. I just use it, to get me by out in the field. My primary reason for having something like this was because I spend a lot of time camping, running, mostly out of my Jeep where I'm limited to space and I can't be bringing a lot of bottles with me. They do take up quite a bit of space. But those are just things you may want to think about, how much shooting you do, what kind of guns you're using. My experience is, in a lot of cases, you get what you pay for. These smaller compressors do work fairly well for, just filling the guns directly. If you're not in a hurry, it does take a good couple minutes to top off your gun. It's a whole lot better than the old hand pump, which I was so used to, about 10 years ago. So about 3 weeks ago, I injured my leg pretty bad, and I've been hobbling around with a cane. And I'm feeling a lot better. I think I've got about another week left before I can really start getting out and doing some hunting videos for you guys. 3 weeks for me, not getting out in the field is a long time. I've really tried to occupy myself by editing a lot of those shorts, which I realize is probably pretty annoying to a lot of you guys that have been subscribed to me for a while, but it has helped the channel. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers that way, and YouTube has really kind of pushed us to do that, because otherwise the channel was really kind of just stuck where it was. I'm happy that I've had the time to at least try to do stuff like that. I've tried to produce videos like this that might be helpful to some of you guys that are looking towards, purchasing a compressor. Hopefully it gave you guys something to think about and a few ideas, from my examples. But I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. I appreciate all the support. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Since 2014, Hard Air Magazine has been providing fair, balanced, and honest news, reviews, and information about air guns. This year, Stephen Archer has created the Ham Community Forum, where you can participate in topics on all brands of air guns in an open environment by air gunners for air gunners. You can speak directly with manufacturers and guys like me who use all types of air guns in the field. To gain the full benefits of the Ham community, all you need to do is register, introduce yourself, and start contributing. It's quick, easy, and of course it's free. I'll leave a link in the description box, and I hope to see you there.